Hi, I am State Senator Susan Moran. I'm so pleased to be in MBL to celebrate with Rep. Dylan Fernandes $200,000 we brought from the state to MBL to benefit kids from all over. Basically, it provides opportunities for kids to do science and things that they never would otherwise have had opportunities to do, perhaps leading to exciting career choices and opportunities. So congratulations to MBL.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Sue and I are so excited.
Oh my gosh.
It's great. We love giving people money. So this is a really exciting day for us. And this builds on the $1 million we got for the seawall for state funding, which is a huge deal for the park out front to keep that resilient for years to come. And now this builds on that state funding for MBL and a $200,000 commitment to student learning, especially for high school students, and especially in the Cape Cod area, to build on marine sciences, life sciences, just science in general, which is so important that we invest in from the Commonwealth's perspective so that we are competitive in the future here. And so I got $100,000 through the House, Sue got $100,000 through the Senate. We combined, we got $200K for this incredible program for students in science, and we're just thrilled to be able to deliver it.
Oh my gosh, I'm State Senator Susan Moran, so proud to be here celebrating everything that MBL and the scientific organizations do for our community. The thing I love the most is that young folks get a direct experience and information that they may never have otherwise had the opportunity to receive, and therefore may decide to be scientists or go into the sciences. Without this direct experience, it might not have happened. And we need more people in science. So thank you all for being here to celebrate with Rep. Fernandes and I. And it's great to have folks who are interested and have benefited. Thank you.
Yeah. Either one of you guys want to say something about so these are students who benefited from the program last year, right? And now this additional funding will unlock the program to even more students across Cape Cod, especially the Upper Cape in Bourne and Sandwich and Mashpee, but right here in Falmouth as well. And so if you guys want to, you're happy to talk a little bit about the program.
Absolutely. I'm Ethan Parmentier. I'm a junior student at Falmouth High School, and last year I had the privilege of taking the high school discovery program right here at MBL, and it's very brilliant fact. And it taught us a lot of crucial things. It gave us a lot of direct experience with lab discipline, laboratory practices in general, but also a lot of experience in specifically the field of microbiology was the focus of this year. And so it's actually unlocked for me and a lot of other students kind of an elevated level of passion for science. And it's really important that we keep this going for future generations and for more students so that more people can be a part of our story of learning more about the world that we inhabit.
And he just did that off the top of his head. Pretty impressive. Right. Would you like to say anything?
Hi, I'm Kaylee Shaw. I'm a senior at Falmouth High School. I, like Ethan, did this last year. You did a really good at talking. Other than being in the lab and being focused on all the work that we did, having the experience to be able to go around here and just looking outdoors as well and going into all the different research facilities and understanding more what they do here at MBL. And I think that this was a very good experience. I'm now talking, this is what I used for my college essay. Okay. I thought this experience changed me a lot, and I hope that I can take that into the future.
Congrats.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, I mean, we've seen how impactful this program is, and now will be for even more students. And we're just so fortunate to have a world leader in marine biological science in the MBL, which is doing cutting edge scientific work and has long been an international leader in the space. We're so fortunate to have them in the Woods Hole community, and they really give back to the Cape, to Woods Hole, to the Falmouth community in terms of not only this type of program, but all sorts of programs. So Nipam is here with us. I don't know if you want to say a couple words.
Yeah, so first of all, thanks to both of you for working out and getting us this funding, and for the stuff that you've done in the past too, which has been incredibly helpful to the MBL. And so, as you said, the MBL, we've been here a long time, 1888, we always like to talk about that, but we were founded as an institution that really valued equally research and education. And the education for a long time was really focused on very sort of upper level graduate students, postdocs, but we've been incredibly thrilled to expand to education to all other levels, especially in the non-summer months. And the high school program is something near and dear to my heart because I owe sort of my entire career to having incredible experiences when I was a high school student. And so I understand the transformational possibilities it provides. And as you heard from the two students who've spoken, that what we really try to do is not just sit there and have students listen to lectures. You can do that anywhere, but to expose you to really working in a lab, and not just any lab, not a cookbook lab, but really say, here's like right now what scientists are doing, excited about the latest discoveries, latest techniques, and you get a chance to participate and make discoveries yourself. And I think that really transforms the way students think about science, that it gets them away from just reading a textbook and from getting, and a huge thanks to all the high school teachers that have also been incredibly supportive in bringing the students here and engaging with us in the program. And they have to come with the students. And it's funny because we set up these microscopes for the high school, for the students to use, and we always have to set up extra microscopes for the teachers so they don't shove the students out of the way. So anyway, but it's been a great privilege being able to be a part of the Massachusetts community and the life sciences community, and to give back to so many of the institutions around here that support us.
Yeah, well, thank you. And a round of applause to the teachers as well. All right, well, this has been fun. So with that, let's just hand over the check, or you guys could hold it too. Why not? We'll hand it over. You guys hop in. Kaylee, do I use my phone? There you go. Okay. Here, is this good? You want me to put on the beakers?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no, we'll get you carrying over.
Put a little lower.
Okay. Well, it's been a really nice morning here at MBL. We were able to pass off a $200,000 check to the institution, and this will go towards helping students here in Falmouth and here across the Upper Cape get involved in the sciences. And so it kicks off a 15-week program, a couple of them, where students can come and get involved directly in a world-renowned institution, learning about marine sciences, life sciences, all sorts of science, be a part of an incredible institution that's doing cutting-edge work. And it's really a unique opportunity for students in Falmouth and across the Upper Cape to get involved in. And we heard from students who have said that this program's so impactful, they've changed their majors to be science majors. One student today talked about how she wrote her college essay about the program. It's really impacted local kids' lives. And so it's just really rewarding to hear that and supplying that funding for kids here in town.
My name is Ethan Parmentier. I'm a junior student at Falmouth High School, and I'm here today because last year I had the privilege of being part of the high school discovery program here at MBL.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Shaw. I'm a senior at Falmouth High School, and I had the privilege of attending the MBL program. In my future, I definitely see myself going into science, more based around marine biology or just environmental science in itself. And this program definitely helped me dive into more of what we do or what I want to do.
We learned about the disciplines of science and the rigors of being a part of a scientific community and working in a laboratory. In addition to this, because the focus of last year was microbiology, it also deepened my interest in science and my understanding of how our world, as we know it, works.
I was able to stay right here at MBL for 3 days overnight in their dormitories. And a typical day looked like waking up pretty early in the morning, and you go to breakfast because they provide that for you here. And you go to class, kind of like a regular, typical class at high school, and you take notes, you listen to what they have to say, and then that's when you can go into the laboratory and you take what you learned in the classes and you put it in the lab and what you do with work.
What our program entailed essentially was looking at different oral microbiomes or bacterial communities which exist on our mouths.
Which is something that when you hear, it's very unusual and you think, what's that about?
And we were able to isolate a lot of these communities and look at them through various pieces of equipment. One of the things I enjoyed the most was the amount of equipment that was at our disposal. We had everything from stereoscopes, traditional stereoscopes and microscopes, to fluorescent microscopes, which are very exclusive and not a lot of people have access to them.
And that was they were unique and different, something that you would never see in high school. There was things in here that you were able to dive into that you might not even see until college. And I think that that's an amazing experience to have to take with you for the future.
So it was an absolute honor and privilege to be able to use these tools to be able to understand more about how our own bodies work and how bacteria is able to transform resources into things that our body can use.
I'm thinking of going to college somewhere in New England. I'm not going to venture far. I looked at University of Vermont, which has a very good program for environmental studies. And anywhere near the water, so like Boston College, Boston University, which are hard schools to get into, they still have very good programs for that. So I think that's very good.
Hi, I'm Chris Brothers. I'm the head of the science department for Falmouth Public Schools.
Hi, I'm Jen Borgerson. I am the 6 through 12 science engineering coordinator at Barnstable.
And before it was said that the teachers have to come here with their kids, but really it's that we get to come here with our kids, because it's as much as the kids benefit from it, the teachers do too. Every science teacher is really a scientist at heart, so we eat it up when we get to come down here and have these kinds of experiences along with our students. And especially the kind of work that they do here is really cutting edge. I mean, that is what MBL is all about. So it's the kind of thing that even as science teachers we wouldn't normally get to do with our students in our classrooms. For example, the first year that I did this program, the topic was CRISPR, which is a gene editing technology. And I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years before we came here that the team won the Nobel Prize for that work. So it was a pretty recent discovery, but completely revolutionizing the field of biology and genetics. So when we bring the kids down here, it's a residential program, so they come for 3 to 5 days, depending on what topic they're doing. And they live here in the dormitory on the MBL campus. It seems a little silly because MBL is like 5 minutes away for some of these kids who live in Woods Hole, or maybe 20 minutes if they live somewhere in Falmouth. But the students really say that one of the things they enjoy the most is the fact that they're like on a college campus when they come down here. It really has that feel of living in the dormitory, eating in the dining hall, going to class together, socializing in the evening. And so that's one of the reasons why the funding was so important. It's not just the science piece, it's also providing that residential feel for the kids. And we thought the first year, well, we could, it was COVID, we might not have been able to stay in the dorms. We thought about just doing it as a day program. We made it happen, despite COVID, as an overnight thing, and that's the thing that every kid says in their evaluation, how important it is to have that college feel. The first year I brought students down here was all juniors and seniors, but we've since opened it up to all grade levels, and that was just because the first year we wanted to give kids the chance who, 2 years later they would no longer be in high school and able to participate. But now that it's been running for 4 years, we've pretty much been able to open up to any student who's interested in coming. And there is an application process, but we do want every kid who has a genuine interest in science to be able to participate in a program like this. It's terrific that it's fully funded, so every kid has the possibility to come.
We have attended the High School Science Discovery Program in Barnstable for the past 3 years. It has made a lasting impact on a number of our students. I actually had one student who we brought the first year who applied, came back, changed her entire plan and college plan. She ended up going to Harvard. This past summer, after her sophomore year at Harvard, she came back and she interned here. And from what I understand, having that on her application probably pushed her up to the top of the list to have that amazing opportunity. So it really has. I have a number of students who really changed their career path because of what they learned here and the experience here at MBL. The students in Barnstable, which I think some people may not realize, we have a very diverse population. I've had a number of students attend over the past couple of years who English is their second language. They've had a great experience. I have had a number of students who will be first generation college students, so they have had no background in going to a college, living in a dorm, neither have their families. So this has been an amazing experience. Kids who probably don't do the college visit and actually see a campus. So although this isn't an undergrad campus, when we're here it's not an undergrad campus, but it gives them the idea of what it's like to live in a dorm and to have that experience. So for our population, this has been huge. I ran into a couple students from last year who are already asking me when we're going to apply again and can they go again. So the kids look forward to it, and I'm hoping for a number more years that I can bring students, since I can't bring students if they have to pay, because my population, it just wouldn't be equitable. So this is an amazing opportunity for our kids. So thank you very much. For the first year we came, I would say it was a pretty good ratio, pretty equal ratio of female versus male students. The past couple years, we've had more female students go. I think part of it is our biology classes tend to have more female students than some of the chemistry and physics classes, and we're working very hard on that to balance that out. So we do have a lot of the life science. We have a big health careers, where we have a lot of students taking anatomy and physiology. They're taking pathology, biotechnology. So a lot of those students express a great interest in going. So I think that might attribute it, but I'm always looking to try and balance it out. So we're going to keep working on it.
My name's Nipam Patel. I'm director of the Marine Biological Laboratory. Part of the reason that I love us running this high school program is that my experiences as a high school student were really instrumental in what I do now as a scientist. So I went to a public high school in El Paso, Texas, but it had amazing high school teachers in it, and they actually taught us really quite remarkable courses like in embryology and things like that. But the big difference was they sent us to programs where we actually got into labs and did research. And so that's really inspired my thinking about our high school program, is that to really show the students what science research really is by getting them in the lab, exposing them to really cutting-edge techniques and equipment, but then challenging them and saying, here, it's not just cookbook, let's make up some stuff, try some experiments. So I think it's just a fantastic opportunity. And, as with me, I hope that it leads to some of them deciding that this is what they want to do for the rest of their lives. So there's an incredible demand right now for people going into science, right? Because so many of our societal challenges involves having people that really know science and can do research. And you see it all the time, like with the advent of of pandemics and the need to make vaccines, think about drugs, all those kinds of things, but also just to do the basic research, to understand how the world works so that we can actually do things that improve human health and our existence. It requires people to really do the basic science. But to do basic science, you have to have an incredible fascination with the world and want to know how it works. And again, I think that the experiences we give high school students really lead to that.